High in the Swiss Alps, where towering peaks pierce the sky and the air feels impossibly thin, there are valleys that seem untouched by time. Here, the rhythm of life is dictated not by clocks or calendars, but by the mountains themselves. The winding trails disappear into misty forests, and rivers tumble down from glaciers, carving the land over centuries. The landscape is breathtaking, a world of green pastures stretching endlessly, dotted with rugged rocks and the occasional wooden farmhouse clinging to the slopes. In these remote corners, modernity feels distant. The roar of highways and the hum of cities are replaced by the whisper of the wind, the distant call of an eagle, and the soft murmur of streams. This is a place where silence speaks, where every sound carries meaning, and where life unfolds at the pace of nature. For the few who live here, the Alps are not just a backdrop, they are a constant presence, shaping every step, every breath, and every decision. Amid these towering peaks and emerald valleys, a unique way of life continues, the life of the cow herders, the guardians of Alpine tradition. It is a life of endurance, patience, and a profound connection to the land, passed down through generations. And as the sun rises over the mountains, painting the snow-capped summits in gold, the day begins in a rhythm as old as the Alps themselves.
As the first light of dawn brushes the peaks with soft gold, the Alpine valleys slowly stir. The air is crisp and carries the faint scent of pine and dew, a freshness that cuts through even the warmth of summer. Here, mornings are not gentle. They arrive with purpose. The silence is broken, not by an alarm clock or the clamor of a city, but by the melodic chime of cowbells echoing across the slopes. Each ring is a signal, a call as old as the mountains themselves, announcing that the day has begun. Herdsmen, both men and women, rise before sunrise. Woolen jackets are pulled tight against the chill, sturdy boots lace up over thick socks, and the first steps are taken along narrow trails that wind through moss-covered rocks and steep hills. Every movement is deliberate, every step rooted in years of tradition. This is not just work. It is a rhythm learned from childhood, an inherited way of life that requires discipline, awareness, and respect for the land and animals. As they step out into the golden light, the herders are already in tune with the mountains. Their eyes scan the horizon, anticipating the day ahead, listening for subtle changes in the wind, the clouds, and even the soft rustle of leaves. Each gesture, from adjusting a rope to guiding a cow, is part of a ritual that has shaped communities in these isolated valleys for centuries. In this place, the dawn is not merely a beginning, it is a reminder of connection, responsibility, and the enduring legacy of life in the high Alps.
The first task of the day is always the herd. Feeding the cows is not a hurried chore, it is an intimate dance between human and animal, a relationship built on knowledge, observation, and care. Each cow has a name, a temperament, and habits that the herders know instinctively. From the way they move to the tone of their lowing, the herders can sense their health and mood without a word being spoken. Preparation begins long before the cows even step into the pasture. During the warmer months, families cut and dry the alpine grasses, storing them carefully in wooden barns for the winter. This hay, rich with minerals from the mountain soil, forms the foundation of the famous Alpine milk. Milk that will eventually become cheeses celebrated around the world. Feeding the cows is more than filling troughs. It is tending to a centuries-old tradition, a cycle of care that ensures both the animals and the land thrive together. Walking along the steep trails to the meadows, herders guide the cattle with practiced ease. Every movement is deliberate, every call purposeful. The mountains themselves seem to watch, shaping the paths and guarding the herds. This connection between people, animals, and environment is the essence of Alpine life. Here, care is constant, patience is essential, and every day reinforces a bond that generations have nurtured, ensuring the survival of both livestock and tradition in these isolated heights. After guiding the cows through the morning pastures, the next ritual begins: milking. In some farms, modern tools assist the herders, but in many alpine valleys, the connection remains intimate and hands-on. Milking is more than extracting milk. It is a moment of observation, a chance to understand the well-being of each animal. A herder can tell if a cow is uneasy, tired, or perfectly content, just by the rhythm of her movements. Once collected, the fresh milk begins its transformation. In small wooden rooms, the herders turn it into butter, yogurt, and, most importantly, cheese. The methods have remained largely unchanged for centuries. Milk is gently warmed, rennet is added, and wooden paddles stir slowly as the curds form. Then, the cheese wheels are shaped and left to mature, absorbing the essence of the mountains, the air, and the hands that carefully nurture them. This process is a blend of patience, skill, and respect. Every batch carries the story of the day, the land, and the community. The resulting products are more than food. They are a testament to a lifestyle that values tradition and connection over speed and efficiency. In these valleys, the work of milking and cheese-making is not just survival. It is an art, a heritage, and a profound reflection of life in the high Alps. As the sun climbs higher over the Alpine peaks, the herders lead their cattle to the open meadows. Here, the animals roam freely among rolling hills, wildflowers, and sparkling streams that cascade from the glaciers above. The herder's job is not only to guide them, but to protect them, ensuring that every cow grazes safely while maintaining harmony with the land. There are no roads, no buildings to interrupt the view, only the vast expanse of mountains, forests, and valleys stretching to the horizon. Each step along the narrow trails requires balance and awareness for both human and animal. The work is constant, yet it is accompanied by a profound sense of connection. Every sound, every movement in the environment is meaningful. The whistle of the wind, the distant echo of a cowbell, or the subtle flutter of birds all become part of a living, breathing landscape. In these moments, it is easy to see why generations of families have remained here. The mountains are not merely scenery. They are teachers, companions, and guardians. Life in the pastures is slow yet purposeful, demanding patience, attentiveness, and respect. For the herders, this daily communion with nature is more than labor. It is a rhythm that has defined their existence for centuries, one that strengthens the bond between people, animals, and the enduring alpine wilderness.
Life in the alpine villages is never truly at rest. Beyond tending the cows, herders dedicate themselves to the upkeep of fences, barns, and family gardens. Every task, no matter how small, is essential to sustaining life in these high, remote valleys. A broken fence could mean lost livestock. A neglected garden could mean less food during the harsh winter months. The work is relentless, but it is embraced with a sense of purpose and pride. From an early age, children are woven into this rhythm. They carry water, gather herbs, and accompany their parents to the pastures, learning the skills that will one day allow them to continue the family tradition. This is not a pastime. It is an education rooted in responsibility, observation, and respect for both animals and the land. Every lesson is practical. Every day an exercise in patience and awareness. Through this shared labor, the family strengthens its bonds while preserving a culture that has endured for generations. Each member, regardless of age, contributes to a cycle of life where effort is inseparable from heritage. In these isolated valleys, family and work are intertwined, creating a community that survives and thrives by passing knowledge from one generation to the next, sustaining not just the herd, but a way of life that defines the very identity of the Alps. When the midday sun reaches its peak, the herders take a brief pause to nourish themselves. Meals in these alpine villages are simple yet hearty, a direct reflection of the land that sustains them. Freshly baked bread, boiled potatoes, garden vegetables, cured meats, and, of course, cheeses made from their own milk fill the tables. Every ingredient tells a story, grown, prepared, and preserved within the community itself. There are no supermarkets, no mass-produced goods. Instead, everything is part of a closed circle of sustenance. Hay harvested in summer becomes milk. Milk becomes cheese, and cheese becomes a staple at every meal. This self-sufficiency is not a choice made from necessity alone. It is a tradition, a rhythm of life that has been refined over generations. The herders' connection to their food mirrors their connection to the land and the animals. Even in these quiet moments, the work continues indirectly. While sharing meals, herders discuss the health of the herd, the state of the pastures, and the preparations needed for the coming seasons. Eating becomes more than sustenance. It is reflection, planning, and reaffirmation of the community's resilience. Each bite is a reminder that life in the high Alps is measured not by luxury, but by the harmony between people, nature, and tradition. When winter descends upon the Swiss Alps, the vibrant greens of summer transform into a silent world of white. Thick layers of snow cover the pastures, trails vanish under ice, and the air turns so cold that each breath crystallizes before it dissipates. The mountains seem to sleep beneath a frozen blanket, and the landscape, though harsh, holds a hypnotic beauty. For the herders, winter is not an obstacle, it is another chapter in the enduring cycle of life. Preparations begin months in advance. Firewood is stacked, preserved cheeses and cured meats are stored, and barns are reinforced to protect the livestock from the cold. Daily life shifts indoors, where wood stoves burn constantly and homes become warm sanctuaries against the frost outside. The cows no longer roam open meadows, they are fed within the safety of the barns, ensuring every animal receives hay, water, and attention. Meanwhile, herders focus on producing and refining cheeses that mature slowly in cool cellars, their flavors deepening over the months. Outside, the mountains glisten under the moonlight, and the quiet is profound, broken only by the crunch of boots in the snow or the whistle of the wind. Life in these remote valleys continues with resilience, patience, and unwavering care. Even in winter, the rhythm of the Alps dictates the pace, and the herder's dedication ensures that tradition, sustenance, and harmony with nature endure no matter how severe the season.
Observing life in the remote alpine villages, one realizes that the beauty of Switzerland is not found solely in its snow-capped peaks or emerald valleys, but in the people who live in harmony with them. The cowherders are silent guardians of tradition, their days shaped by discipline, patience, and a profound respect for nature. Every bell that rings across the mountains, every step along the trails, and every wheel of cheese tells a story of dedication, heritage, and connection. Here, life is measured not by speed or wealth, but by the ability to sustain what is essential: family, food, and the land. Modern conveniences exist, yet they do not overshadow a way of life that has endured for generations. The Alps are more than a backdrop. They are a partner, a teacher, and a home. And those who embrace this rhythm embody a harmony that few elsewhere can understand. If you've enjoyed this journey into the high alpine pastures, consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video. Join us as we continue exploring remote corners of the world, uncovering hidden traditions and sharing the stories of communities that thrive in close connection with nature. In the mountains, every day is a story, and every story is worth witnessing.